Good evening. Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I'm Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Elections 2022 detailed voting results published. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim hailed royal support to Bahraini women. Saudi cabinet approved mandatory insurance against medical errors. Dubai to extend biometric check-in process to non-residents. Trump launched 2024 US presidential run. NASA launched Artemis 1 moon mission after years of delay. News in detail. Elections 2022 detailed voting results published. The Elections Executive Committee published the detailed results of the voting in the elections in the first round that took place on Saturday, November 12th. The executive management of the 2022 elections said that the detailed voting results are published on the elections official website www.vote.bh based on judicial records of the polling and counting committees and the committees supervising the integrity of the elections. The details include a breakdown of votes casted in public centers, provincial centers, and voting centers abroad. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim hailed royal support to Bahraini women. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika bint Ibrahim Al Khalifa, wife of His Majesty the King and Supreme Council for Women President, expressed thanks and gratitude to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, marking the conclusion of the 7th Supreme Council for Women session. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika hailed the royal support which enabled the Council to achieve His Majesty the King's visions and aspirations and promote Bahraini women's advancement. Chairing the closing session, she commended plans and programs which are implemented in cooperation with state institutions to further consolidate women's gains. She commended the government chaired by His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, for supporting the Council which contributes to integrate women's needs in development plans, increasing their participation in different work sites and enabling them to assume leading positions. Her Royal Highness Princess Sabika hailed women's participation in the 2022 parliamentary and municipal elections, which reflects their awareness and commitment to exercise their constitutional rights and contribute to the success of Bahrain's democratic process. She extended congratulations to the women candidates who were declared winners in the first round, wishing the others success in the run of parliamentary and municipal elections. Oil Minister participated in COP27 high-level session. Minister of Oil and Environment, Special Envoy for Climate Affairs, Dr. Mohammed bin Mubarak bin Daina, stressed Bahrain's keenness to abide by the provisions of the Paris Agreement on climate change and the commitments announced by the Kingdom at the Glasgow Conference in the United Kingdom, COP26, to reach zero neutrality by 2060. The minister explained that the Kingdom of Bahrain has set several short-term goals in order to achieve its climate commitments by 2035 by launching several national initiatives and plans, such as the National Plan for Afforestation and the National Plan for Renewable Energy, in addition to many environment-friendly projects and the National Investment Plan to adapt to climate change. This came during Dr. Mohammed bin Daina's participation in the second high-level session of the 27th Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, COP27, which was hosted by the Arab Republic of Egypt in Sharm el-Sheikh. The session was chaired by Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi in the presence of a number of state leaders, as well as prominent global personalities and organizations active in the fields of environment, climate, and sustainable development. Bahrain Royal Equestrian and Insurance Federation renewed agreement with Zayed Higher Organization for People of Determination. Personal representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Works and Youth Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, praised growing cooperation between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the UAE. Thanks to the directives of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and the UAE President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, he stressed keenness of the two brotherly countries to dedicate sport to the achievement of humanitarian goals in both countries. His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa hailed the renewal of the cooperation agreement between Bahrain Royal Equestrian and Insurance Federation and the UAE Zayed Higher Organization for People of Determination, which aims to continue cooperation in the humanitarian field and in rehabilitating autistic children. His Highness stressed the importance of the agreement in promoting institutional communication, in building strategic and active partnership to support people of determination in both countries and to exchange experiences in this regard. The agreement was signed online by Bahrain Royal Equestrian and Insurance Federation President His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Abdullah Al Khalifa and Secretary General of the Zayed Higher Organization for People of Determination, Abdul Ali Al Humaydan. The signing was attended by leading personalities from Bahrain, Royal Equestrian and Insurance Federation and the organization. LMRA, NPRA and Southern Police Directorate conducted joint inspection campaign. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority conducted a joint inspection campaign in the Southern Governorate in cooperation with the Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs of the Ministry of Interior and the Southern Governorate Police Directorate. The campaign resulted in reporting a number of violations related to the labour market and residency laws and were referred for legal action. LMRA stressed its commitment to report any violation through a continuous and intensive inspection plan in cooperation with the relevant government entities. Today's COVID updates. COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. Information Minister participated in Global Media Congress 2022 panel discussion. Minister of Information Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al Noimi participated in the first session of the Global Media Congress 2022, which is being held in Abu Dhabi, the UAE, from November 15 to 17, under the theme Shaping the Future of the Media Industry. The conference, convened under the auspices of the UAE Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Presidential Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Prominent international personalities, including intellectuals and media specialists, are taking part in the event. Dr. Ramzan bin Abdullah Al Noimi participated as a keynote speaker in the main ministerial panel discussion on new and future investment opportunities in media from across the globe. Zimbabwe's Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Monica Mutsvangua, and Indian Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Sri Apurva Chandra, also took part. Now we will be back after a very short break. The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain. With over a decade of existence in Bahrain, exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, Children's Theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com.
Welcome back. Saudi Cabinet approved mandatory insurance against medical errors. The Cabinet, chaired by custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman, on Tuesday afternoon, approved the mandatory cooperative insurance against medical errors should include health practitioners working in these disciplines. The Cabinet listed the disciplines as follows: nursing, pharmacy, anesthesia, midwifery, laboratories, diagnostic radiology, emergency medical services, physiotherapy, speech and communication, respiratory treatment, intravenous therapeutic nutrition, cardiology, audiology, bone setting, withdrawing blood optics, and operation room technicians. The Cabinet highlighted its keenness to enhance cooperation and coordination within the framework of the Gulf Cooperation Council and the Group of 20, as well as its pivotal role in the global economy to ensure the stability and balance of energy markets and care for humanitarian and relief works. The Cabinet considered the convening of the Global Cyber Security Forum in its second edition held in Riyadh and its fruitful discussions and signing of Memorandum of Understandings as an affirmation of Saudi Arabia's global role in supporting international efforts, unifying joint endeavors, and opening broad horizons for knowledge transfer, exchange of experiences, and exploration of cooperation opportunities in the relevant areas. Saudi Riyal 1.4 million fines for 34 pharmaceutical firms for violations. The Saudi Food and Drug Authority slapped fines amounting to a total of Saudi Riyal 1.4 million on 34 pharmaceutical establishments for committing various violations during the last month of October. The violations included non-compliance by some pharmaceutical establishments to provide the drug in the local market. Some of them failed to report the movement to the drug in the RASID system for electronic tracking as part of the authority's efforts to ensure the availability of the drug in sufficient quantities in the local market and to ensure that the stakeholders in the drug supply chain adhere to the tasks and responsibilities assigned to them. The authority said that its inspectors monitored that 24 establishments failed to report directly the movement of the drug in the electronic tracking system approved by the Saudi Food and Drug Authority, while another 6 establishments failed to provide registered preparations. It noted that the remaining 4 establishments did not commit to inform the authority of a shortage of interruption in the supply of the firm's registered preparations for a period of no less than 6 months from the expected time of the interruption of supply or the impact of the stock, while providing solutions that contribute to compensate the shortage. Dubai to extend biometric check-in process to non-residents. Emirates is now offering international travelers the opportunity to speed up their airport experience by consenting to the use of biometric data. Biometric recognition technology will help travelers breeze through Dubai International Airport Terminal 3 check-in lounges, boarding and immigration at the high speed as the AI systems recognize their unique facial features and will link to their passport for instant identity verification, a privilege previously only enjoyed by UAE residents and GCC nationals. International passengers will be able to avail of the service in 2023 by providing official consent in a couple of clicks through the Emirates app. At its self-check-in kiosks or in person at the check-in desks, the first agreement of its kind globally, the strategic partnership between GDRFA and Emirates is a cooperative effort to further improve the innovative and digitally focused travel experience of Dubai visitors. Trump launched 2024 US presidential run. Donald Trump launched on Tuesday a bid to regain the presidency in 2024, aiming to preempt potential Republican rivals. Seeking a potential rematch with Democratic President Joe Biden, Trump made his announcement at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida a week after midterm elections in which Republicans failed to win as many seats in Congress as they had hoped. Trump spoke to hundreds of supporters in a ballroom decorated with chandeliers and lined with American flags. He said he could push for the death penalty for drug dealers and rehire members of the military who had been dismissed for refusing to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Trump is seeking to become only the second US president in history to serve non-consecutive terms after Grover Cleveland, whose second stint ended in 1897. Biden, 79, said last week he intends to run for re-election and will likely make a final decision by early next year. NASA launched Artemis 1 moon mission after years of delay. NASA's giant space launch system, the Orion spacecraft, lifted off from Kennedy Space Center at 1:47 a.m. Eastern Time Wednesday, propelling the autonomous spacecraft without any astronauts on board on a test flight scheduled to last 25 days, 11 hours and 36 minutes, ending with a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Santiago. The launch came 43 minutes into a 2-hour launch window that opened at 1:04 a.m. The Space Launch System has never flown before. Two previous launch attempts, one in late August and another in early September, were waved off because of technical issues, a faulty engine sensor valve, and persistent leaks of the liquid hydrogen the Space Launch System uses as fuel. Another attempt was cancelled because of Hurricane Ian. India's G20 presidency will focus on bridging the digital divide, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India's upcoming G20 presidency will focus on bridging the digital divide, especially in developing countries, and ensuring greater benefits from digital technologies and transformation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said on Wednesday, addressing a session on digital transformation at the G20 summit in Bali. Modi urged other G20 leaders to pledge that they will work together for digital inclusion over the next decade. Modi said that during its G20 presidency in 2023, India will work jointly with partners in the grouping of the world's 20 largest economies to achieve this objective. The current G20 president, Indonesia, will hand over the presidency to India at the conclusion of the summit in Bali. India will host the next summit in New Delhi in September 2023. Digital issues and reforms of multilateral financial institutions are among the focus areas for India's G20 presidency. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.